So in the XML publisher, we have a concept called XDO functions. So in SQL, what is a function? In SQL language, what is a function? Do you know any functions in SQL?
Max, min,
Yeah,
average.
right. So max, length, average, right? And toChar. What is the difference between toChar and max?
For token, we have to provide number of letters.
That is okay, but is there any difference? Like here, these initial three types belongs to one particular logic. The next two belongs to another logic. What do you call? Remember?
Yeah,
Single row and
yeah, single row and multi.
yeah, group or multi-row. Okay. Yeah. So now coming to the XDO function. So XDO functions are your XML publisher reporting specific functions, and they have functionalities like, of course, the conversions, and they also have the counting stuff. Okay. So we may not get much detail into this, but basic, I'll just show you what is XDO functions and some of the samples in the XDO area. Okay. So generally, like, what is the need of using XDO functions? What is the need in the sense, like here, well, let us say when you have designed an XML report and there are some particular things which you cannot achieve within the data model. Now, toChar, maximum, average, everything you can get from the data model itself. But what do you do in the XDO? Let us say you want to print system date and you don't want to modify the data model. That you can achieve within the XDO itself, right? It does not need to bother about your data model. Okay, so there are some functionalities which you prefer to do in the XML report. Then we will go for XDO function. So I'll have just simple functions. So here, can you see XDO function sysdate, which will print a system date, addition, lpad, decode, like this. Okay, so let me run it. So I have to load the data model, then only it will run it, right? Unless you load the data, it will not run. So I'll just load any XML sample file, okay, because this particular function doesn't depend on my XML data, right? But it requires XML data, okay? That's why I just loaded one sample. Okay, just observe this one here. System date, it is printing the current my system date. Addition, it is performing lpad, rpad, decode, right? And current time, substring, lower. So these are some simple single row functions, I can say, right? These are simple single row functions which you can perform using XDO. And the same way you have a lot number of things, but what you have to understand is there is a concept called XDO. It provides some functions that can be used in the XML publisher. That's what I want to show you. Okay. And one more other thing which I want to show you is that's quite important compared to this one. So I have a report here, okay? Can you see the colors like a red color, green color kind of thing? Okay, first observe the output, then we'll discuss what exactly we have done. Okay, let's click on preview. Okay, now observe the output first of all. So what kind of report it is? It's a group report or tabular report? It's a group above report, right? It's a group above report because our grouping is in the above. Okay, it's this department employee kind of stuff. Okay, department employee. Okay, now observe here. So the department name is getting displayed in red color. Okay, and here the job style is getting displayed in green color, right? And here if you observe, here accounting is displayed, but here it is accounting is not displayed. I mean to say the department name is not displayed here. In the first one, accounting, the name of the department got displayed extra, but here it is not displayed extra, right? That is first difference. Other difference observe here, and not much. Yep. So can you see the salesman within the row for a given employee? Let us say if the sale job type is salesman, it is getting displayed in red color. Other people, it is in a green color, right? And one more difference also I'll show you. See, can you see the salary? Salary shows lower, and here it shows higher. Whenever the salary is less than 1000, it is displaying it as lower, and if it is greater than that, it is displaying as higher, right? So within the XML report, like you can play around for row level also. Let us say, like you have some particular status, and if status is pending from 15 days, you want to highlight it as a red color. If the status is pending from 10 days, you want to make it as a yellow color or something like that, right? So record level filtering you can do is using XML report. Okay, let me now get into the how did I achieve it? So data model wise is very simple, just your normal department employee stuff. Okay, but now observe one by one condition here. So the top level, remember, right, this grouping, how we do, or any questions?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now here, first thing is, like here, I just selected the field and select the color, automatically display red color. But now other condition, what I have mentioned here is, if you observe, like here, just double click on this if and else. We can have an if and else also here. We can have a conditions which we have in a normal PL SQL, like if condition, count condition. Okay, now see here, if department name is equal to accounting, display accounting. Can you see? What we're trying to do is we're just displaying that set. And that will get, this if condition will get satisfied only if the department name is equal to accounting. In other cases, it will not print. That's why it is printing only for accounting.
Yes.
Okay. So we have to understand the syntax here. Okay. Left parenthesis question mark, if colon department name is equal to accounting within a single quotes, again question mark close. And inside this one, like beside, this is the if condition closing, and this is end if, nothing but end of your if condition. Inside beside this, I mean middle of this one, you have to write your logic, business logic, what do you want to write it. Okay, so this is how we write the if condition. If condition name is equal to criteria, and then write your business logic and then close if condition. Okay, now other condition what we have, like a salary is equal to high or low, right? Observe this one, sal new. Okay, just double click on this one, and can you see here,
Yes.
if it is greater than 1000 then higher, else if it is less than 1000 then lower, else equal. It's like, your else if in the PL SQL. But the only thing is, this logic is based on the XDO functions. We would have achieved this logic using the normal SQL, I mean the data model also, but there are a few things which you cannot achieve there. Okay, these colors and these things you have to write here itself, right?
Yes.
Okay, now the other thing, see here, if the job is equal to salesman, I'm displaying job in red color. If job is not equal to salesman, I'm displaying a green color, right? So I have written the if particular condition outside. So we can write if function, if condition inside a field, or like this also you can write it. These are visual basic fields, we call it as. These are actually, if you double click on this one, it shows a field, right? I mean, somewhere you will see that name. These are actually fields in the visual basic. Okay, let's write one more sample now. Okay, let's say if I want to write something like, if at all the location is Boston, I just want to display in a red color.
What is there in new if condition?
Sorry, what is there in
New if condition.
here, this one? It is for the research. If at all department name is called research, we are just displaying the lowercase. Can you see that? Yeah, can you see?
Yes.
You're displaying a lowercase. Just to test the if condition how it is working. Okay.
Yes.
So this end we have to write before end, right? You have to write at this place. Now what I have to write here, LOC is equal to Boston. And here what I have to write? I have to double click on this one. It's a field actually, right? It's a field. So click on word properties, click on add help text and just change this one to LOC. Okay. Here also you can change it. LOC. Let's try now. Click on preview HTML. Got it?
Yes.
So this is how you can use these logics. You can try anywhere, like we can have conditions like all the places. Only thing is you have to make sure the grouping, the field names, they are correct. Okay. And now let us say commission is there, right? Double click on this commission and you want to display in appropriate format like a two decimal format or maybe dollar or dollar stuff or maybe something like that. Then you can try here, click on number and here it will show you the different formats, right? Percentage, generally this one is commission is a percentage format, right? Select this one. Okay. So now once I change it, this automatically the name went off, but there is no problem here. The field is there, but here the text to display went off. You can write it text again like this. Okay. Now you can just click on preview HTML. Yeah, can you see? It is displaying something like this. Okay. Clear? And here the down I have written some more logic here. It's just a simple logic here. If you observe, we have the for loop and end loop, and we have just a small text here. Dear employee number, your location is so and so, like this, right?
Yes.
So any doubts in this one? Clear?
Clear.
So what you do is observe each and every XML tag and try to write it some few things manually also. Like here, what I have done is like this for loop syntax even I don't remember. What I do is generally initially let us say if you want to have some like a customized kind of thing rather than table region. First of all, insert the table region. Okay, insert table wizard everything. Okay. After that, you will get XML tags, right? After that, you'll get an XML tags. Then use them appropriately wherever you want. Now it automatically generates all XML tags, right? Now let us say what you can do. I'll just simply copy this for loop here. Control C. I'll just copy the for loop here. And here I'll copy the end syntax. Okay. And I'll just say hire date. I'll copy this one. Dear employee, your hire date is this one. So that's how like you can you can reduce the effort and effectively can design. Understand? Now click on preview like this. Okay, because initially let us say now I'm not registering the report in the server, and I just have a sample XML file. So how do I get the tags? This XML tag, I'm going to say these fields. Okay, generally just like that's what we do. First of all, generate the data model and insert the table. From there you copy paste all the tags, all these particular these XML fields, I mean. Okay, got it? Dear Smith, your high date is 17 December 18. Okay, the same data model I've repeated 3 times, right? The same data model, the same particular group I repeated 3 times. It's like you have a cursor, you can get the data from cursor n number of times, right? Like the number of times you repeat the cursor, that many number of times you'll get the data. Okay. Okay. So other thing which I want to show you is that there's a concept called bursting report. Okay. So in our XML report, XML publisher report, there's a concept called busting, which is very much important functionality in the XML publisher. So what is the reason of using this XML publisher busting concept is, so let us say you have a output, assume that you have a PDF report, and this PDF report you want to send to email, or let us say you want to send to a printer, let us say you want to send it to a fax, or let us say you want to send it to a particular location in the server. So generally, like whenever, in the postpaid connection, most of the times you have a possibility, right? They will ask you, do you want to have a hard copy? Whether do you would like to have an email, right? They have these kind of options. So now based on the user preference, what happens is these kind of things to be done automatically, right? It's not a manual job. It should be an automated job. If it's an email, automatically it has to send an email. It's not that, like the business user will come into picture, download the file and they'll send an email. That is not the case. That will happen automatically. That's the reason, you clearly says that if you observe these kind of things, it says that it's a computer generated email. Don't reply, right? That's what it means. Okay. So now what we are trying to do is using this particular XML publisher busting, we can send the output to the multiple channels. I mean to say this particular these particular device communication, I'm calling it as multiple channels. Okay, the below communication functionalities, I'm calling them as channels. Okay, so the basic thing is using XML publisher busting, you can send the same PDF report to multiple channels, and also it provides the functionality to select the template dynamically. Let us say you have a data model which is designed, which is printing the invoice data. If the user is running the report from the India, he has to get the India report. If the user is running from China, he has to get the China report. I mean to say, data could be same, but the layout should be different,
Language.
right? So what we do, like this template selection can also be done automatically at runtime in the XML busting. So these are two functionalities of XML busting. One is multiple channel functionality, and other one is template selection dynamically.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll show you the demo. I'll show you one sample. So I'll see how it works. So whatever the samples which I show you, you have to practice. Then you will get idea. Else it is difficult. Okay. Now, okay. So now let me show you the busting first. So in the busting, the important concept is control file. So we have to design a control file. There we have to mention which template and which delivery. Okay. But let us start with the designing of the data model and all the things. So now let me write what files you require for the busting. Okay. Yeah. So now busting concept in XML publisher. So the first thing is data model, right? And RTF file template. These two things, let us design these two things first. Okay. Now data model, what we do is we'll go with data model approach. Okay. I'll go with data model approach. Okay, busting XML XXLT underscore busting. Okay, fine. Take this one. I'll just change it. Okay. I'll just change it. So okay. Now what we do is let us design the query first of all. Let us design the query. Select star from per people X. So what I want to do is I want to design a report, okay, which will have the employee information. And if the user is from Russia, he has to have a different data. If he's from China, he has to have a different data like that. Okay. Let's have two templates. One is for India and other one is for non-India. Okay. Okay, so now here let's take few things here. I just want to consider only few employees. Okay, so that's the reason what I will do is I'll just hard code employee numbers. I'll just say 4, 8, 10, 13. Okay, so I have few more employees. 83, 76, 131. Okay, this is sample data. Now this particular report is printing all these records. So around, yeah, 189. Okay, I think this is considering different organization also, right? No, per people X should print. Okay, different organization, they have the same employee number, right? That's the reason. Okay. Okay. Oh, don't we have another one? Eh, 1 minute. AM or something. Okay, this fine. We just got 30 rows. So we have some employees from India and another countries from non-India. Okay. Now what we want to do is user will run the report and he has to get the template automatically. That should get selected automatically. Okay. Now let's see that. So this is our query, right? So first of all, take the query. So place at this place, right? See data, character data. Okay. Now we require this stuff, right? Person ID, full name, all these things. Person ID, full name, employee number, and as of now, I'll go with nationality. Okay. Let's have other fields also. Marital status. Okay, fine, as of now. Right, clear or any doubts? Now what we have to do?
Source file.
So we have data model now, right? We have data model now, right? Next thing is
Design template.
design the template. So time being, what we can do? So to design the template, we require the layout. To design the template, we require XML data, right? But we don't have XML data. Then what we can do? What should we do?
Yeah.
So initially we can have a dummy template, right? what we can do is we can have a dummy template. Even though if you don't have template also it will work, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll just click on create data definition. So I'll mention this program name here, application object library, and apply. That's it. So I just registered the data model now, I mean the data definition. Now go to concurrent program, right? Concurrent program, mention this short name. What I have to mention here? XDO,
Indeed.
XDOD, TEXE.
Yes.
Okay, set it as XML. Did we forget anything? We have to apply the data model XML, right? To the data definition. For the data definition, we have to apply this data template, right? Click on add file. Now assign the data model logic. This one, right?
Yes.
It has to get the XML data, right? That's what this one will contain. Node layout, because we have not a defined layout. That's the reason it doesn't show layout. Okay, let's see whether it will print XML or not. Oh, everything in a pending state. Oh, something wrong today. I think there's an issue with concurrent manager then. Hmm. See, these are pending from this user. Oh yeah. It's not going further, right? What should I do? Okay, if I run from system state, but the recent request got completed, right? Let me assign to system administrator. No. System administrator. System administrator reports. Okay. That's a standard mesh. This is still restarting it. Okay. Okay, let it restart then. Oh, this is pending for many users, not only for this one. Many users pending. Achha, it is running here, right? It is running. Pending, pending. Okay. What I will do is okay. There is one user which he and this is where it got struck, I guess. And for that, okay. So now inactive no manager, okay. And now okay. Now let's see. Pending still it shows fine, no problem. Okay, let's try. Okay, now manager itself went down, huh? Standard manager. Activate. Okay, because of this one, activating it. Let's try, okay? Actual target, I think it is okay now. Got it? Completely normal. Okay. So now do we get output? We got XML output, right? We simply got XML output. And another way is you can click on diagnostics and from here also you can get it. No, you're not getting here. Okay. Fine. Now just save this file. Okay. So data. Now open the MS Word. Okay. So I'll just say TMPL template. Save it. Now what we have to do? This one plugin we have to add up. And also security options. Okay. Data.xml, right? Yeah. Now insert. Okay. So here what we'll do is I'll just say employee data for India. This is one template. Okay. And we'll design one more template for non-India. So I'll just copy paste. I'll just say NI, non-India. Fine. There are two templates. Okay. And let us say we can have a different color here so that. Okay. Now, what's next? So here, as per our logic, data model is done, and we have designed two templates, right? We have designed two templates. Okay. Now let me rename this properly. I'll rename properly. Non-India. IN. Okay. IN and I. Now what we do, we have to register this report. Okay. We have to register two templates now. For the same data definition, we have to register two templates. Go to templates. Okay. Create template. And what is our data model for, data definition? So this is our data definition, right? XXLT underscore busting data model. Now, so first of all, I'll register for this IN. This is my template, code name. Okay. Now file, RTF, English. Okay. And territory. Okay, territory we can ignore. Okay, apply. Okay, let's register one more template. NI. Click on template, create template. and here XXLT busting. Fine. Done. So we have registered two templates now, right? For same data definition, we have defined two templates. And now one more thing, one more extra file come into picture, that is called busting control file. Busting control file. So this busting control file we have to attach to data definition. Okay. Clear?
Yes.
Now go to data definition. So here we have to change some logic here. It all depends upon the XML data. So now let's open the XML data. So in the XML data, what is the first tag? List G underscore username, right? So copy this one. So as per this one, as per this particular control file, can you see? So first one, it follows your parent name followed by list, right? So parent tag is user data. Parent tag is user data followed by list. This is, where is the list? Yes, this is a list. And followed by employee name. Followed by group name, sorry. The parent tag, the top level tag followed by list, followed by your record name, right? And now, okay. So now here in the control file, what are the major important properties is, first of all, it's like select query, you have a data and it is selecting some data from the XML. And here we have to mention what is the delivery channel. Delivery channel, whether you want to send the file to the file system. File system is nothing but a location in your server. That is what it means, right? A file system, or whether you want to send it to the particular email or some other thing. Email, printer, file system, okay, and fax. These are four options which are available in this one, okay. So now here we have to, on the output we have to mention which particular location you want to generate, right? So here what I will do is, in my server, I'll go to the server. So I'll select a particular valid location here. Maybe what I will do is inst top, not here, apple, not apple, appst, vis, yes, ins, apps, vislo, and I'll just say mp reports. Okay, give 777 permission. This is my location now. So what I will do, so I'll just, okay, file repository is equal to output is equal to the location name followed by underscore rip.pdf. Okay, this will be a file name. So for each employee you'll have a report for each employee. So we have around 30 something, right? We have around 30, I guess. So you'll get 30 reports. Now one more thing is, we have to mention what is the template name and for which country. So now here in our case we have mentioned what is that condition. So we have IND and AM, right? IND is one condition and AM is another condition. So in this one, what is the template name? The name of the template. So while defining the template, we mentioned this one, right? I mean to say code or name. Both. That is the reason we have mentioned the same. So here this one, and another one is IN, right? We don't have third condition. So we can remove this one. Okay, these are two conditions. Now what is happening is, at runtime, while selecting the template, it will find out like what is the source, and based on that it will select it. So how, like what basis it will select the template is, like here it selects, right, filter person ID followed by nationality is equal to IND. It will select this template, and in other scenario what it will do, if the nationality is equal to AM, it will select the other template. Got it? Got some idea? We are reading the XML group, right? Now you are reading a group. In the group, what columns you have? As per this source, if you observe, in a list, in a group, what we have: full name, employee number, marital status, date of birth, and nationality. If the nationality is equal to AM, select the template. If nationality is called IND, select the Indian template. That's how it is.
Yes.
Got it? Now this control file we have to upload to data definition. Go to data definition, and now XXLTB percentile. Okay, click here. Click on the hyperlink. Okay, don't click on update. If you click on update, it will not show that. Click on add file, browse, and upload the busting control file. Apply. Okay, right? We have one data model file and we have this particular busting file. Two files we have done. Okay. Now let's run the report this time and see the difference. So here it is automatically selecting this one, right? Don't worry. Just run the report first. Okay. Now this, once this is completed, what you have to do is, I'll tell you. Let it finish. Again it went to pending. Activate standard. Yeah, it is running. Good. So generally, you know, in a normal real-time environment also, if your request is pending for longer time, then you know you have to report to your DBA. Okay. Now in our case, what we have done, we waited for 2-3 minutes and it was not working. We observed that standard manager was disabled. That's the reason, you know, we just activated it. Okay. Now this particular request got completed, right? So this is not your real output. This is not your real output. What you have to do is you have to run one more program. Okay. Not this one. 1 minute. Go to application developer. From there, nobody, not this one. Let me search here. Yeah, this is the program. Okay, XML publisher report busting program. So the concept here is here. Now we have defined all our stuff, right? And now what we have to do is, for this XML publisher report busting program, we have to provide the request ID of our program. I mean to say, first of all, we have to run our program, and then you will get a request ID, right? That request ID you have to pass to this one. Okay. Now what is the thing is, now here we have run this program, right? It got this request ID, but this is not your real output. If you, I mean, view output, yes, it will print it, but this is not your real output. This is not the real output. Okay. Because it is having the India data also. If you observe, this template selection is happening automatically, and this is not your real output. And also if you observe, you will not have any data at this place. You don't have any data here, right? But as per our logic, it has to generate the reports, right? So what we have to do is copy the request ID. Okay, copy the request ID. Now try to run this program. If it is not there here, you have to assign. No, it is not there, right? So what we have to do, we have to manually assign the program here. Let's try here whether we have from XML publisher. Yeah, perfect. Okay. No, it's regeneration something. Okay, not this one also. Let's go to system administrator, request group, application developer reports. What's the program name? This is a program name. Assign this one. Go to application developer. Copy the request ID of your previous request. Copy this request ID. Submit new request. Now run it. Okay, it is asking request ID, right? Pass the previous request ID. It will, you know, select automatically. Okay. Now run the run. Okay. Submit. Okay. So this is a concept. It's not that much easy. Okay. So review it again. Yeah, this is what happens. Let's see what is the issue. Click on view log. Okay, it's unable to find it. So there could be issue with the data, I mean to say control file. That let's check. It is unable to catch the output. We are getting the output for that, right? So disabling. Zip file must have an entry. Somewhere it could be a issue. We already in a group, and hey, this is not G person ID, okay? This is G username, okay? That's the issue. So go to control file now, try to apply again. Control file. Yep, now try again. So now what we have to do? So we have updated the control file, right? So I hope we have to rerun everything. Yeah, let's try this time. Okay. Okay, so running this time. Let's see. Let's see. Yep. Okay, it generated, but I'm not sure. Like the name, I think it went wrong. I guess there. So here, somewhere the other mistake is there in the control file. Observe that.
Person ID.
Sorry.
Line number 7.
Hmm.
Person ID underscore RE.
Person ID. Yeah. See, this is dollar we mentioned, right? It means a variable name. Oh, do we have person ID or not in the data model? Understood? That is one more mistake. So in the query, I mentioned person ID, but here I did not mention person ID, right? In the group. Got it? Yeah. So these kind of mistakes will appear. So that's the reason I did generally don't design the total sample before. So you have to know the errors, right?
Yeah.
Else it will be cakewalk. Data model. Now run the report again. So here why we mentioned the flower braces means it's a like it's a column. That's what it means. Flower braces followed by sorry this dollar symbol, flower braces, and the column name. So for each employee you'll have a report. Okay, now so I hope this time it should generate data. Still pending, running. Yep, got it. Perfect. Got it?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, now we can just click on preview, and now it is green color, right? It is for AM, non-India. And try check the other template. Maybe someone. It's again AM. Maybe AM. Okay. Mm, yep. Got it. So we have the reports generated for different employees for different countries based on their country. And the same way, we can have one more condition, few more conditions to generate all the data, right? Okay. So try to practice, like at least, like maybe just install the same sample in your system and work on it. Okay. This is very much important concept. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. I'll stop here. Fine.